All right, thanks, Ballant. The Peoria Riverfront Museum is spotlighting the work of world-renowned puppeteer Jim Henson this fall in the Jim Henson exhibit, Imagination Unlimited. The exhibit explores Henson's impact on pop culture and how he also helped to bring to life the worlds of The Muppet Show, Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock, and much, much more. And joining us today to tell us more about the exhibit is John Morris, President and CEO of the Riverfront Museum. So before we get into what they'll experience at the exhibit, tell me a little bit about Jim.
Well, Jolie, thanks for having us on. Jim Henson, a remarkable American story of creative genius. Sadly, died at age 53 in 1990. Many of us of a certain generation grew up with Jim Henson's characters. Of course, Sesame Street, still around and still familiar to us, The Muppet Show, and then later on Labyrinth, The Dark Crystal. And he started in commercial television, making commercials for banks. In fact, there's a PNC is the sponsor of the exhibition. It's curious because you go around and see these little storyboards he did. And he did a storyboard on a bank then called National City, which would become PNC.
Wow.
So the president, Brian Ray, here locally said, wow, you even had Henson's sketches. Amazingly, we're working increasingly with New York museums. Here in Peoria, we've kind of built a bridge to the American Museum of Natural History, to the Whitney Museum, to the Museum of Modern Art, who's involved with our Film Society. There's another museum called MoMI, the Museum of the Moving Image in Queens, New York. It is that museum that has a relationship with the Henson family and his estate. They have organized this exhibition, the greatest made on Henson's life, and we're the last spot in the United States to see this exhibition before it goes on an international tour. So there are 40 or 50 different characters on display, and there are hundreds of different illustrations and sketches and the whole story of Jim Henson's genius at the Peoria Riverfront Museum now through January 4.
Wow. So it's going to make, after January 4th, it's then going to take off onto an international tour. This is the last time.
The last stop in the United States.
Wow, that's amazing.
I'm very pleased to say our board of directors and the team at the museum, all our Visionary Society members are contributing so much, Jolie, that we're able to bring in these major international blockbuster exhibitions right here to Peoria. So do not miss this one.
Right, I was going to say, as the president, how does it feel to have such an amazing exhibit come to the Peoria Riverfront? It's the last stop before it makes its international tour. I mean, how does that feel, John?
Well, our mission, Jolie, is to unleash the full talent and genius of every individual. That's the mission of the Peoria Riverfront Museum. Is the only multidisciplinary museum of its kind in the nation, art, science, history, and achievement. But our mission is to unleash the full talent and genius of every individual. So 18,000 school children, as a part of our Every Student Initiative, ESI program, will be coming through the museum this year alone. Imagine how inspiring it is for them to see how this guy got an idea to use marionettes and puppets, and he made up his own word, Muppets. Out of the two of them. That's where the word...
Oh, he made that word up.
He made it up. He made up the word Muppets, because there were marionettes with the strings, and there were puppets that you would use with hands, and he made it up. But imagine those school children going through... Our donors, we're a privately funded museum. Our donors who give the Visionary Society $1,000 a year or more, 4,000 members, they love the idea, the impact that a story like this Jim Henson will have.
That's amazing.
So appreciate your enthusiasm for it, Jolie, and appreciate you having us on.
Of course. Well, you guys saw all the information there on your screen. Make sure you take a visit to this before it hits the world. So make sure you guys get out to the Peoria Riverfront Museum. Thank you, John, for coming on In the Know. Of course, if you or someone you know would like to join us here, go to 25newsnow.com/community, go to the In the Know tab, and submit that form. We also have the results to Friday's poll of the day, so make sure you stick with us after the break.